Thanks for staying with us here on News Channel 8. We turn our attention now to a local man who has started a program to help young people find a satisfying career path. The program is called the Hope Project. Raymond Bell, the founder, and our guest, he joins us now. Welcome, and it's great to have you with us.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
What was the motivation behind getting the Hope Project up and running, off the ground?
Well, I'm a product of D.C. For the vast majority of my life, I've lived in Ward 8, so I see the struggle. My background is in corporate training and facilitation, so I had the skills to offer help, but what I needed to do was find a way to attract young people with a career that they could learn inside of a year, really good entry-level salary, and I knew the jobs were there for them once they got trained. That's very important.
And so, what did you decide on? What was the thing that you thought would really help people in a profound way?
Well, see, we're in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. The federal government's here, large numbers of federal government contractors. We decided to go after a career in IT, because it doesn't necessarily require you to have that college degree. And I like the idea of being able to introduce a program to young people where the starting salary is about $35,000 to $40,000 a year. That resonates in the community where I'm from with young adults. 35
to 40 to start, with
entry
the opportunity to really progress, both in terms of the work and the enjoyment and the sense of satisfaction you get from the job, but also that little piece of paper that comes every 2 weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Our top student, the #1 Hope Project student, makes $66,000 a year. Now, to a lot of the folks that live in the Washington metropolitan area, that's a decent salary, that's an okay salary. But if I were to tell them that same young man, his name is Brandon Craig, 2 years ago, he was working at a liquor store making $12 an hour. So in 2 years, or actually in less than 2 years, he's gone from making $12 an hour at a liquor store to $66,000 with 6 certifications, and he has a top secret clearance now.
How does the Hope Project work? Talk about the training and the other,
sure,
the screening, the other aspects of it.
Sure, the program is very unique. The students in the community and the students who want to participate in the program, they call it the Harvard of the Hood. And they say that for 2 reasons. One, it's hard to get in the Hope Project. And once you get in the whole project, you typically do pretty well. So what happens is we have an information session, and that's our way of introducing the program to the young people. And they come in for about an hour and a half, and we talk to them about how this program can change their lives. The information session we did in June at the International Graduate University, there were 150 people there. So they come to the information session, they have 3 days to fill out an application, and then they have to write at least a 500-word essay telling us why we should allow them to participate in the program. And then there's an over-the-phone interview, and then there's an in-person interview. And during the in-person interview, they have to actually take 2 exams. And that's how we choose the 16 young people that have an opportunity to change their lives.
16? Is that 16 a year?
That's 16 a year.
What then happens? What are you looking for? What sort of aptitude or life story or combination are you draws? Do you connect with most strongly?
Yeah, because what we want to make sure people understand is we're not necessarily looking for someone who has a real strong technical background. We're going to be able to train you and teach you all the things that you need to know to be successful on the job. We're looking for someone who's willing to commit the time, the effort, do the research, do the homework, be a part of a team, and more importantly, when they become successful, we want them to celebrate their success and encourage other people to go down that same path. So we're looking for advocates more than anything else, because we know the skills that we're teaching young people, they're going to be successful.
So when I'm stuck on my computer and I don't know how to download something or do a, I don't even know the terms, like when you've got a program that's out of date and you need the upgrade, the update. So when I call the IT people, are these the kinds of jobs that the folks you're training are then able to do?
That's exactly the type of job. So this isn't a typical job where you simply fix computers all day. The IT industry is very vast. There's so many different segments of it. And that's what I like the most, because the students, once they get their foot in the door, they have the opportunity to go out there a specialty. So maybe they're going to specialize in SharePoint development, or they're going to specialize in security, or they're going to specialize in Microsoft Exchange, or something like that. But when they get their way in the door, they then have the ability to start to maneuver around and find their long-term career.
I don't know if we'll have a lot of time for calls, but let me open the phone lines now. And by the way, at the end of our conversation, we'll give you the website where you can get more information. But as we continue to talk with Raymond Bell, founder of the Hope Project, let me open up the phone lines for those of you watching us live in the 10 a.m. hour. If you have a question or comment, and you can dial right away, I'll try to get to your call. The number is on your screen. It is 703-387-1020, and I'll go to the phones as quickly as we possibly can. Give us a sense of the classic success story.
Sure.
Don't have to use the name, but talk to us about a young person who was really a good fit and who made it into the Hope Project and what they've been able to accomplish.
Sure,
since.
there's so many. There's a couple that I would probably want to throw out there. There's one young man who literally relocated from Greensboro, North Carolina. His name is Darryl Fox. I'm happy to share his name because I like to celebrate their success. He was down in Greensboro, North Carolina. Found out about the program. He literally relocated from Greensboro. He was able to successfully complete his application and get selected. And right now, this young man is working at the Department of Commerce on a contract with a very prominent government contractor. And he's excited about being there. And he's now looking to start on his specialty. So he's making about $40,000 a year right now. We're expecting him to be making anywhere from $50,000 to $60,000 in next year, year and a half. And I like to talk about the dollars or the salary because that's what attracts young people, and we need to do whatever we can to at least get them interested in this, and once we get in the program they can be successful. Another person I would probably want to mention is a 19-year-old. His name is Marcus Powell. He lives in Village of Parkland in Ward 8, which was a neighborhood that's pretty rough. So this young man has graduated from the Hope Project in May. In February, before he graduated, he landed a job at the Department of Defense on their help desk. Since then, he's gotten his certification, he's graduated from the program, and he just accepted a new offer from the Food and Drug Administration. He's 19 years old. To me, that's something that everyone should be excited about.
Is there a satisfaction that comes from problem solving and the different issues that arise during the day and being able to figure out, okay, how do I deal with this, how do I deal with that? I'm guessing that occurs. Does that surprise the young people you deal with in terms of what they enjoy and get from their professional work experience that maybe they weren't expecting?
They do, and some of the examples of that is when we have our information sessions, the students themselves, they're a part of the information session, the graduates, I mean, they come, they share their specific story of how they had a challenging situation at work and they were able to resolve it. Dealing with maybe an executive at the Department of Commerce or Army or some other organization. When you have 19-year-olds working in environments like the military establishments and they're able to be successful, that says a lot about the trainer.
I got about 45 seconds left. What sort of goals do you have? Where do you see this going?
We're hoping to challenge the Washington metropolitan area to help us. We want to start a campaign to train 1,000 young people for skills that lead directly to a job. So the other nonprofits that are out there and they like the idea of having this world-class training within their organization, we want them to contact us because we want to work with them. We know we can't do this by ourselves, but we need them to reach out to us as we begin to reach out to others as well.
And how can people find you?
Sure. The Hope Project website is hopeprojectdc.org, and our phone number is 202-449-8663.
It sounds like you're doing amazing work. I hope you'll come back and share more of the success stories with us over time, because this sounds like something that is really helping people's lives.
Well, thank you for having us, and hope is real.
It seems to be hopeprojectdc.org. Again, the web address. Raymond Bell, the founder and administrator of the nonprofit. Thanks again for coming in. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
We'll step aside. We are back with a program note right after this.